We're here at the New York International Car Show with David from Rolls-Royce, and I promised you Max Lifers a sneaky peek into what's new with luxury vehicles. It doesn't get much more luxurious than Rolls-Royce. Correct, David?
Well, we always say that Rolls-Royce is the pinnacle of the automotive sector.
I would say that's true.
So what we have here is making its North American debut, our Phantom Series 2. So the Phantom model was released 10 years ago, and this is our latest version of it, which, as I say,
this is the debut.
It's a debut in the North American market. Yeah, it was revealed last month in Geneva, but it's the first time in the States.
Wonderful. And what can you tell us about this new vehicle?
Henry Royce, who was the Royce in Rolls-Royce, said take the best that exists and make it better, and we've used that. So it's been more of a evolution rather than a revolution. We've changed the lights just slightly. It is an LED, so it's the first full LED light anywhere in the sector, and it's also speed related. So if you're driving slower, the lights will have a different pattern. Some of the feedback we had was that we needed just to have a little bit more presence of the car at the rear. So you'll see we put in a chrome strip just underneath the trunk, and then we've made this is a car that's got visible exhaust pipes down underneath on the bumper, and those are more integrated into the bumper.
Beautiful.
And then apart from that, the other thing we've done, it's 10 years since we launched the car, so we've really had to bring the technology up to modern days. So we have a brand new satellite navigation system inside the car, and it incorporates something that's quite interesting for some of our customers, that we have a tourist button. So say if you go to Chichester, which is the home of Rolls-Royce in the UK, it's an old area where the Romans were many years ago, so we actually have a 45-minute tour that you can plug into the navigation, and you can drive around and look at all of the Roman remains and some of the cities that were there from 2,000 years ago. So it's just an innovative feature that we believe will work very well with our customers, who are very, very distinguished people and discerning people.
It's fantastic. You mentioned plugged in, and the Max Life viewer is extremely plugged in.
Right.
iPads, iPhones, you
Yep.
name it. Could they use all their devices in the new Phantom?
Yes, they can. We have an integrated system. It's called Connected Drive, so you can actually obviously use it Bluetooth hands-free, but also while you're driving along, you can get your texts and your emails, and for safety, you just press a button and they're read out to you.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
from that point of view, you don't have to take your eye off the road, so it maintains that you're still able to be 100% safe. So it's very, very much connected, and as I say, it's called Connected Drive. So
I barely have to drive with a Rolls-Royce.
Well, we should arrange that sometime. We should certainly arrange that.
Tell me a little bit about the finish.
It's all water-based, so the environmental view of Rolls-Royce is very important to us. And this has a total of 7 coats, and then there are, towards the end of the time, bordering on maybe 25 hours of polishing in our factory in Goodwood. So that's how you get the finish. This is a metallic finish in gunmetal. So from that point of view, you really see the hue and the strong fleckles coming out. So that's the exterior colour. Something that's very different within the car is that we have what we call a coach door. So it actually opens in a different way to the norm, and that makes it more elegant for particularly ladies to walk in and walk out. But you'll see we have a slight change in the interior here, where we've got less flutes in the seats, but it is all of the leather we do ourselves in Chichester, in Goodwood, our home of Rolls-Royce. So we've got 500-600 craftsmen there who are working there. We've also, although it doesn't show as well on this, but this is veneer. And in the olden days it would have been a block of wood, but now because of crash legislation, that's layers of wood. So if you think of like a milford pudding, it's there, and every so often we put some aluminium in to strengthen it. And this is actually featuring something special, a silver inlay across there. And what we have also here, which again is something in the rear, it's not always sunny in Manhattan as it is today, so we have an umbrella which fits in there. It's actually Teflon coated, so if it's wet, when you put it back in there, the water will run down the inside of the door. It's also slightly heated as well, so it works there. So it's attention to detail, which is what the Rolls-Royce motor car brand is all about. I was talking about the new satellite navigation and everything. What we now have is a much larger screen, so we've redesigned the front there to make that work a lot better for our navigation. But that's the whole infotainment there. So you've got everything to do with television, navigation, office, applications, everything along those lines. So from that point of view, very subtle changes. I say very much is evolution rather than revolution. What we also have here is if I press that button, you see that the door closes. And then this car also features one of our very successful innovations, which is a Starlight headliner. So if you look up, these are all hand sewn by our craftsmen in the UK, and actually this is just a normal starlight, but if you wish you could have your star sign, you could have it on the stars that you see when you look up to the sky from your home. So anything is possible within this. It's really down to the imagination of our customer, and we get a lot of interesting requests from our customers, and we call that a bespoke program, and that again is something that really sets Rolls-Royce aside, where we can just about do anything that we wish within the car.
You saw it here first. Max Lifers will have new features from the new Rolls-Royce Phantom on Max Life TV.